Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up.
Hello, my name is Bill from Warmstrong Adventures. Thanks for clicking on that thumbnail. Today I'm going to be talking about what to bring on a cruise. And I know some of you are seasoned travelers, some of you are not. I'm going to be giving you little tips of what I bring on a cruise to make it go smoothly. Again, it's not what you have to bring, but something that helps you as far as making a smooth smooth travel trip. Some of these things you're going to look at and say, wow, great idea. I'm glad you told me to bring that. Other things you're going to look at and say, why would he take that on a trip? Why would he take that on a cruise? That's for you to decide. This is just a suggestion of what I bring. And it helps me to stay organized and to make sure things go like I want them to go with no hassle, no fuss. The first thing I'm going to talk about is luggage. Now, again, you can get all type of luggage. You can spend little money or a lot of money. For me, spend a little extra money, get a quality piece of luggage, and it will last you. Trust me, when you go to the airport and the baggage handlers are handling your bags, you don't want something a little flimsy bag there. Get a quality. I usually go with Samsonite, but the brand is not really the main thing. Get something that's going to last. Get luggage with wheels that you can just roll along smoothly, freely, but also quality material that when it gets tossed around a little bit, it doesn't break right away. So spend a little more now. Get some luggage with a Samsonite. A lot of it has a warranty for 5-10 years. Spend a little more now than more later. Everything you see me talk about today or hear me talk about today will be in my description. There will be a link to Amazon to go get it. Take a look at it when you're done. If you see anything that you like, click on it and see what the price is. Okay, now we got the luggage out the way. The next thing that I get is a luggage tag. Now, for those that go on cruise, you know what this is. To get your luggage to your room, they staple a piece of paper on with your room number and the floor you're on. They staple it to your luggage. Are you willing to risk your luggage on somebody stapling a piece of paper? These tags that I have, the plastic protects it from the weather because you might pull up on a rainy day at the port. And this is a metal little cable with a metal clamp. You put this on the handle of your bag, it's not going anywhere. And it's protected from the weather. You will get your bag guaranteed. Now, I shouldn't say guaranteed because, well, you know how people handle bags. Anything could happen. But this is the next important thing to make a smooth transition to the cruise. So now we're gonna transition. We got our luggage, we got our tags. What next? The next thing to do is a backpack. And this is your carry-on on a flight. And it's the kind of bag that I keep with me all the time. And what I put in there are my essentials, things that I need. There's gonna be my passport, any medications. I'm a vlogger, so guess what? All my camera equipment, my laptop, it's all right there and it stays with me wherever I go. Don't get a cheap one. If you're like me and you have expensive equipment in there, you want to protect it, you're gonna need pockets in there with padding, you need zippers, you need a way to charge your phone or whatever you have in your bag through it, so it's gonna be a little hole in there. Always be prepared. And again, if this stuff is gonna last you a while, spend a little more now so you don't have to spend a lot later. Okay, now we made it to the cabin, made it to the room. A lot of this is dealing with cruising, because I cruise a lot. That's my favorite form of transportation now, or vacations. So it's cruising. So now we made it to the cabin. Now what? You'll get to the cabin and they do have a thermostat in there. But sometimes it's a little too warm in the room, a little stuffy, especially for like if you travel like me. I like an interior cabin. Reasons why I can do 2 interior cabins for the price of a balcony or a suite. So I go on 2 cruises instead of 1. But sometimes in your room can get stuffy. Get yourself a little small personal fan and bring it to the room, and it works wonders. Gets circulation, keeps you cool. Trust me, if you're one of those people that you run hot and you want to be cool off, a little fan will be a lifesaver. Okay, now we come up to the meat and potatoes of cruising and vlogging. Your camera. For me, I needed a camera, or I like the camera, shoots 4K, shoots video, decent picture, but also that's portable enough. If you notice, some cameras are big and bulky, and I mean just tough to carry around. That's why I use a DJI Osmo Pocket 2. That's this camera right here. Fits in your hand, shoots 4K video, and it also has a gimbal with 3 axes to give you a smoother picture. If you ever seen like movies and they're running alongside somebody and the camera's not bouncing all around like this, that's because they're using a gimbal. Now, it's more expensive than this gimbal, but the principle is still the same. And with this one, I mean, for me, it's so easy to operate. You hit a button, hold it for a second, oh, it powers up, and you're ready to shoot. And now you just pull it out of your pocket because it's so small. So when that unexpected shot comes up, you get it. And if you notice the head of the camera, even though my hand is going a little to the right, a little to the left, the head of the camera is still staying still. That's what you want from that smooth picture. So when you're on the dance floor and you're doing your little dance and doing a wobble or whatever you're doing, this comes in handy. And you have the camera, you want to do a selfie. There's just a button you hit 3 times, the head spins around, and now we're in selfie mode. And you have a little monitor right here where you can see what's going on. Whatever you're filming, you can see it right there. So it's simplistic, but to me, it's powerful. And this is what I want on my trip. So whenever I go someplace, I can just easily put it in my pocket, forget about it until I need it. Now, with that being said about the DJI Osmo Pocket 2, it's not the most durable camera out there. You'll hear of GoPros. GoPros can pretty much go through anything. Waterproof, shock resistant. The Osmo Pocket 2, I've dropped it a few times, no problem. But one time, while it was in my pocket, my swim trunks, I forgot it was in there. Went into the ocean, it came out. Yeah, it's not waterproof. So what I did was, went out and purchased a waterproof case. And this is it right here. You have your controllers right here, and you can get your underwater shots. This actually floats, so if you do drop it, it floats to the top. So there's no chance of dropping it in the ocean and I can't find it. It floats to the top, so no worries there. You get great underwater shots, easy peasy, no worries. You'll find in some of these older cabins that, well, there's just not enough outlets. Now, I do vlogging. I gotta charge my phone, I gotta charge my camera, I gotta charge my extra battery, I gotta charge my laptop, you gotta charge everything. And most people are like that now, and if you're a couple, we get 2 cell phones, 2 cameras. What I bring along is this right here. And as you see, there's 3 extra outlets, 3 USB outlets, and a C outlet. So it's a C to C, USB-C, and 3 regular outlets. And this is enough for me. So if you're on one of the older ships, especially Carnival, you only have 1 outlet, generally I can plug up everything in here and I can charge everything at one time. And for me, it works out well. They have ones that you can get more. They have ones where you just use a USB to C or whichever adapter like the Apple iPhone or Apple products use. But it makes it so much easier to be able to charge it, and knowing that you may not be able to you may only have one port to charge. All right. Now, the people that follow my channel know I have been on a Trans-Pacific cruise, Seattle to Sydney, Australia. I'm doing another one this year, Brisbane, Australia to Seattle. When you travel outside the country, they don't use the same type of plugs we use. You need to bring an adapter. The plugs are different. And you'll see a picture, the picture is inserted here. You'll see what kind of adapter I'm talking about. And you know, the Asian, the European, there's different plugs. You can buy one adapter, you can use it anywhere. One big exception, and that is Australia. United States, and if I don't get the voltage right, forgive me, but let's say the United States plugs are at 120 volts. Australia, it's like 220 or 240. If you plug in the wrong thing into one of their outlets with just an adapter, it'll fry your equipment. Most cell phones, most laptops have a converter built in, so you don't have to worry about it. I worry about it because I don't want to do it. You need to buy a converter, and what it does is reduces the voltage. So if your product was designed to run on 120, it reduces the voltage to 120. You don't have to understand it, just trust me, there's a difference. So whenever you go to these different countries, find out what the voltage is that they use, and you may need a converter to usually bring it down to the 120 of the US ports. And again, these are just things I take to make my life easier. There's nothing on this list it's like a must have. I gotta have this, I gotta have that. It's not that kind of video. This is so you don't have any problems while you're on your trip. The power cord, you don't need that. You could slowly do one at a time, but it makes life so much easier. Good luggage. It's nothing worse than being in a port and a wheel breaks on your luggage and you're stuck with inferior luggage. So again, if you like the ideas, great. If you don't, great. What I'm about to talk about now is the passport. And everybody tells you, get a passport, get a passport, get a passport. What a lot of people don't bring up is, if you go to a foreign country and your passport is damaged, they don't have to let you in. I mean, they don't have to accept it. Hopefully they catch it in the US, and I'm talking US because I'm from the US. They catch it early, but if you look it up, you can't travel like on a damaged passport. If it's too damaged, they won't let you travel. So take care of your passport. With that being said, I buy a passport cover. A quality passport cover, a leather cover to protect my passport. Because if it's damaged, you could run into major problems and not be able to travel. Now on this video, you notice I haven't talked about clothes or anything like that. You bring what you want to bring, your swag, your drip, whatever you want to bring. I travel to be comfortable. I wear, shorts, t-shirts, some khakis, a dress shirt, formal nights, maybe a suit, maybe, and that's for cruising. Wear what you like. But the one thing I will suggest, if you're going on a cruise or into a lot of, especially like European countries, there's a lot of walking involved. Get a good pair of walking shoes. You're going to do a lot of walking. The cars and things like that we see over here in the United States, a lot of their stuff is mass transit. You have to walk a couple of blocks to the next train station, to the next subway, to the next. Bring a good pair of walking shoes. You'll thank me later. Trust me. All right, back to cruising. Cruising, a lot of times there's a few hooks, especially like some of the older cabins. They don't have many hooks. They do have like a line in the shower where you can stretch the line out and dry off like your swim trunks or towels or whatever you may have to dry off. But you'll find in the room you don't have many hooks. I bring these. This is a magnetic hook. This is a magnet, and the cabins are all made out of metal. They're like big metal crates that you're in. These stick on the wall, and you have a hook for your sunglasses, for your lanyards, for your hats, for your dresses, for your towels, for whatever you might want to hang up. Your beads, whatever you have that you might want to hang up that you don't want to just on the floor or fold it away in a drawer. Trust me, you'll appreciate that you have these. Again, is it a must-have? No. If you got these, I guarantee you'll be using these. Magnetic hooks. I also do most of my cruising in the Caribbean. The Caribbean sun, it hits differently. Trust me. You might be from Florida, you might be from California, Arizona. The Caribbean sun hits differently. Get a quality sunscreen. Whatever sunscreen you use, make sure you get it and bring it with you. The cruise ship will have it on the cruise ship for 3 times the price. So whatever strength sunscreen that you use, bring it with you so you don't pay 3 times the price on the cruise ship. I love cruise ships to death, but they know they got you trapped, you're gonna pay. So if something you forgot, your soap, if you want to use your own soap, they provide soap for you, but some people like to bring their own. You're going to pay. And the sunscreen is, you gotta have it. When you go sit on the deck, when you get in the pool, make sure you got your sunscreen on. And make sure you get the type of sunscreen that's good for the environment, good for the coral reefs. A lot of places, they'll have a coral reef. You have to have a certain type of sunscreen where it won't damage the coral reef. So just be aware of that while you're putting your sunscreen on. Be kind to nature. Nature will be kind to you. And this next one is one that I live by also. Now we talked about walking shoes. Well, in the Caribbean, a lot of times you're gonna spend a lot of time on the beach. Get a good pair of beach shoes. The cement, the sand can get extremely hot at times, especially in that Caribbean sun. Also, when you go on the beach, you'll have some rocks or small rocks in the water. Very uncomfortable on a bare foot. Have a good pair of beach shoes. You can get a cheap pair. First time you wear them, they're tearing up. Spend a little bit extra, get a quality shoe. And this is coming from somebody, I'm a cheap person. But again, I've been through my 2 or 3 pair of cheap shoes. Now I get a quality shoe, and I'm still on that pair of quality shoes, beach shoes. So that's to me, it saves you money in the long run. Now I'm going to talk to you about lanyards. Now some of my experienced cruisers, some of them love them, some of them hate them. I'm one that loves them. But I've heard people that their jobs require them to wear lanyards. Lanyard is something like this, where you put your card on and you put it around your neck and you have your card at all times. Some people have work IDs, they have to do that. They don't want to wear a lanyard. I understand totally. Get you a decent lanyard, my opinion. When you're on a ship, they don't take cash like they do on land. They use everything that goes through your sign and sell card or your card for the ship. Some of them I think are going to a bracelet, but mostly we'll stick to just a card. And that's what this is for. You put your card on here. I have one where, to make it easy, where I don't have to take the whole lanyard off my neck, where you just do this and it separates the card from the lanyard. Real easy. If you're a gambler and you want to put it in a slot machine, you just unplug it, put it in there. The bartender, if you don't want to hand them everything, just take it off, hand it to the bartender, and easy peasy, no problem. For me, but again, like I said, they're not for everybody. And some people, they're adamant. They don't want to wear a lanyard. Okay, I understand. If you stuck with me this long, I thank you very much. I appreciate it. We're almost done. 2 more things. 3. The last one, I'll let you figure out if it's really one or not. 2 more things. The first thing that I do is I download a money converter on my phone. So when I go to these different countries, I can tell exactly what a dollar is worth in another country. So no matter what country I'm in, what kind of currency they use, I can convert that to American dollars. That way you know if you're getting ripped off. And trust me, it'll come in handy. You'll go to some of these spots, and there'll be a beer. They'll try to charge you 20 pesos. Well, 20 pesos, and I'm making up numbers here. I'm not converting anybody's money right now. But 20 pesos may be worth $15. And it's like, you don't pay $15 for a beer? I think not. Or a cab ride or things like that. If you have a money converter on your phone, you'll know. And the converters, when you're connected online or through the internet, it updates daily of what the daily rate is. So and it's ballpark. I mean, the rates may be a little different, but you don't feel like you're being ripped off. So a money converter is a must-have for me. And while we're talking apps for a phone, see, society is different nowadays. You now have the chance to have on your phone a language converter. Translator. Download a good one. So when you go to Mexico, when you go to Paris, when you go to Rome, when you go to whatever country you go to, there's a simple app that you can download where you can type in a question. It'll tell you how to say that in their language, or you can just show that to somebody there, and then they'll type in the reply, and you have your answer to your question. So it breaks down the language barrier a little bit. For me, it's been a lifesaver. I can remember going one time, I was in Rome. I wanted to go see the Colosseum in Rome. I'm at the hotel, get a cab. Cab driver doesn't speak English. I don't speak Italian. I'm saying the Colosseum, Colosseum, no clue. After about 5 minutes, me and my family, he says, "Oh, Coliseum." To me, that was close enough. I'm not the first tourist he picked up, I don't think. He should have been able to pick up on that. However, if I had my language translator, I would have been there sooner, and without the hassle of trying to get somebody to understand that Colosseum and Coliseum are the same thing. So get a good translator. You thank me later. Okay, last one, and I'm done. And you can go about your business, go watch the next video, whatever you're gonna do. But the last one, while you travel, 2 things to bring. Your patience and kindness. Understand that when you go on these cruises, everything is not going to work out 100% the way that it should. Have your patience. If your dinner's late, sometimes you have new people working in there. Sometimes they make mistakes. Bring your patience. I understand it's not convenient, or the show is about to start and things like that, and you don't want it. I understand. Make a note of it. Don't get angry about it. Don't yell at the waiters and waitresses and the staff. Bring your patience. And also bring that kindness. The workers on these cruise ships are working like 6 months away from their families, speaking a language they normally don't speak. Have kindness, have understanding. And the more you travel, the more you understand about being understanding about people that don't speak the language. Because you can always, wherever they're from, you can speak their language. If you want to make sure they understand, speak their language and speak it to them, and it'd be no problem. But unless you can speak, 17 different languages, because there are going to be 17 different countries represented on this ship with 17 different languages, there's going to be a language barrier at some point. Take it easy, relax, repeat it. You might have to repeat it, 3 times and get an understanding. Patience and kindness. My goodness. You will have a great vacation. And if you do the things on this list, the transition will be easy peasy and you won't have many problems. And now it's just time to sit back and enjoy your trip. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this. If you found it helpful, share this video out for me. I would really appreciate it. It does wonders for the channel. Thank you so much. Warm Strong Adventures is out.